Now you may speak.
Thank you. Should the town provide the additional funding for the school system, it'd be $550,000 that the school committee is asking be applied to the schools. We would use the money in year one, all $550,000, to install wireless technology in the 4 elementary schools and the middle school. That would enable our teachers to expand on the work that they're doing in the classrooms now, to be able to do whole class instruction and to build off of activities that we've seen be very successful. I'll give one example. Last year, the students at the Brookside were able to complete a unit on Antarctica. And they were able to bring that unit to conclusion by actually speaking with someone, a scientist who was in Antarctica at the time and was Skyping back to the schools. That was a great experience for the students. The reality was it took almost 2 weeks for the technology department to try to cobble together the capacity to be able to have that interaction between the scientists and the students at the Brookside. Having the wireless technology would allow us instantaneously to be able to complete projects like that and many others as well. The $550,000 that would be used for wireless technology would also trigger a $200,000 rebate from the Federal Communications Commission. We are a participant in the E-rate program, which was established by the FCC to support telecommunications. Traditionally, the school system has used it to offset its phone bills. The FCC correctly, in my opinion, about 18 months ago changed their rules and focused all of their dollars on fiber optic technology and wireless infrastructure in schools. So we will no longer be allowed to get discounts on our phone bills. We have a pool of money. They've reapportioned how they give rebates. We have a 5-year window. We're in year two of a 5-year window that we would be eligible for a $200,000 rebate for the wireless technology and about a $50,000 rebate on the fiber optic technology that we would use in year 2 that I'll speak of in a minute.
Totaling $250,000.
Approximately $250,000.
Double checking.
So in year 1, we're taking the $550,000, investing it in technology for wireless infrastructure at the elementary and middle school. That triggers a $200,000 rebate that flows into the operational budget, which we would then use, as we've discussed, to hire professional staff at the schools. In year 2, we would use the override funds, the bulk of the override funds, for the installation of fiber optic technology throughout the district. Even Drake High School, being a 21st century learning environment, still lives on a coaxial cable coming into the schools. And I've said this before, but my house has almost 150 megabytes of bandwidth that can come into it at any one time. Each school has approximately 50 megabytes coming in to support an entire school. It's wholly insufficient to provide the educational environment that we need. So the fiber optic technology would eliminate for over a decade the concern about bandwidth in the schools. Additionally, we've worked with our consultants to make sure that the fiber itself, that the strands itself, have enough capacity to support public safety. So as we run cabling throughout the community, the town would then have access to the fiber optic backbone, and if they so desired to tie into that backbone, police and fire would each have dedicated secure strands in that fiber optic cabling, which would support the town, obviously. With the additional, that's less costly than is the wireless capacity. So we would hope in year 2 to also be able to add a couple more professional staff on as well, bringing on more than we had in year 1. In year 3, we would install a voice over internet communication system, which would connect all of the buildings in the schools. As Mr. Frangemore deals with on a regular basis, our phone system is completely antiquated. We cannot get repair parts for it anymore. We lose whole schools for periods of time during the school year. That's a safety issue as far as I'm concerned. And it also holds up how we're interacting as an institution. So that would be year 3. And again, the hope would be that we've leveraged enough savings, and we believe we have calculated to bring in an additional couple of staff members in year 3 as well, all using those override dollars. So it's a combination of using the technology money, leveraging the rebate to add staffing in, and as we move through in years 2 and 3, be able to add additional staff as we move forward.
Is that
Fiber optics across the town.